Hello everybody and welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me. I know this video was late. Okay. It's very late. I'm very sorry, but I'm here. We back and we good. We're reviewing Married at First Sight Season 14, Episode 2. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and let's talk about the episode. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they're editing the weddings better this season. I still don't know why we are watching them purchase wedding dresses and suits. I don't give a damn. I don't. This does not say yes to the dress. This does not say yes to the tux. So I'll say yup to the tux, yes to the dress. Okay, anyways, this is not that show. But we're gonna finish off Mark and Lindsey. Mark and Lindsey were married in the last episode. They are taking photos and she is still cracking her one-liners. I could see how this is gonna get old very quickly.
We're dropping off layers. In 3 hours, I'm not gonna have any underwear. Good luck.
My wife is a wild child.
Mark's concern with her is that when he's been with people who are very exuberant, who are very outgoing, sometimes that tends to be their entire personality and they lack a sense of seriousness. I think she's the one who is a nurse, so I do feel like she has that element of her. But being that it's the first day, there's excitement, there's nerves, there's drinks, okay? He didn't see her swig, but she's been swigging since the party bus. Of course, she's gonna be a lot more full on than normal, right? But I don't know about y'all. But for me, when somebody says that they tend to be too much, it's probably more than what they think. So at the beginning, I was like, you know what? Yeah, sometimes people, like even for me, people think I'm too much to handle. I'm a really big personality at times, so a lot of people can't digest me all at once. They have to take me in doses. But this girl makes Mark look timid. And that's saying a lot. So, I share his concern and her being, and her not being multifaceted, but we're gonna wait to see if there's some other dimensions to Lindsey, because right now, child, this one dimension is too many dimensions. We want out. So Michael and Jasmina are next to get married. Jasmina said she never had good representations of love, and now she's ready to break the cycle and to have a good example to show to her younger sisters. She definitely wants to change the narrative of what love and relationships look like. Jasmina was the one who, her mom and dad were together, and then the mom abandoned her, and then the dad got remarried, and then the mom took her in as her own, and then the dad even left, and then the mom was like, okay, legally now you're mine, and that mom married somebody else, and now that's the family. So, you know, love, relationships, there's a tumultuous relationship with that. Michael lost his father when he was young, lost his mom in early adulthood, and has a desire to build a family and share an overload of love that he currently possesses. So they're both coming from broken homes. Broken in the sense that they weren't fully intact. So one was broken in terms of like someone left, people left, and the other one was due to loss, obviously. But they share the commonality of family support. If y'all remember when Michael's family, Michael's sisters heard about the engagement, they were elate. I've never seen a family that excited for this process. So that's good. On Jasmina's side, there was a lot more skepticism, but they were still very supportive of her. So hopefully this is a recipe for good things. But for some reason, I feel like Michael's gonna mess it up. I don't know why. But I have a strong feeling. While he is very excited, Jasmina is having a complete mental breakdown. And it comes with the territory. I mean, you're marrying a stranger. This is legally binding. There's a lot of stakes here.
Why are you crying? You nervous?
The worst thing that could happen today is just us not getting along, us just not being on the same page. Listen, I am praying that man is what I asked for.
She eventually gained the confidence to walk down the aisle. I loved the vibe that they had between each other. There was obviously some awkwardness here and there, but for the most part, I felt like they get each other's humor. Once the walls get broken down a bit, I feel like they'll have good banter between the two of them. I love that they did some traditional stuff like the jumping the broom. What else did they do? Their vows seemed very sincere, in my opinion. And if I was to place bets on who I feel the highest potential from, I would say these two. I would, because I feel like he's the type to be self-reflective, to be very introspective because of the stuff that he's gone through, because of the self-work that he's done in the past few years. And since she's a no-nonsense person, I think she's quick to check certain things in their relationship. I hope that because she calls herself a no-nonsense person, that she's able to bend to the experience, because you need somebody who is malleable. And if you're not malleable, you could have the best resume for the show and still have a failed marriage. So highest potential with these two, but also like biggest risk because it could either be like an absolute love story or just one of those relationships we never want to talk about ever again. So although they seem a little hesitant, the energy between them is good. It's growing. They have similar personalities. It seems like they have a similar sense of humor. The families are getting along, which is great. He is very appreciative of her beauty, okay? Both visually and physically. Michael, be careful. Watch your hands, okay? Watch your hands. She's still a stranger. And even though she's still a stranger, he made it a point to say, I don't even want to call her that. I'm going to address her either as her name or as my wife, because that's what she is. Intentionality. The last few seasons, I felt like that's what we've been lacking. You know, we have Christina from a few seasons back. The really quirky couple, the girl was like, I don't know, I did this just because it was fun. Some other people too in the past. Oh, not my mom calling me right now. Pause. I think what I was saying was that in the past, intentionality has lacked. So it's nice to see it here in this season from a few people, from him, from even Jasmina, from Katina, from Noi, from, there's one more. Honestly, I even want to say Lindsey. I know she's hectic, but I feel like she's really intentional about marriage. Even Mark. It might just be a mismatch between them, but I do feel a lot of intentionality. That's just my opinion. Okay, we're going to move on to Ola and Katina. So I know somebody was upset that, and I know it's more than just the one somebody, but they were upset about how they're pronouncing his name. He's the one going to people saying Olajuwon. I'm like, Elijah? Now, I know I'm not saying it properly, but I'm pretty sure it's Olajuwon. Ola. I know the first part is Ola. I'm just saying. Anyways, during the shopping for the suits, Ola's family is concerned that he may not be ready for marriage. He might not have the right perception of what marriage looks like.
He has high expectations that they're going to find the perfect
That's
wife
what I'm afraid of.
for him.
I'm afraid that his expectations are way
I
too
think so
high.
too. I think they are too.
He expects his wife is going to cook him breakfast before he goes to work. And if they're working the same hours.
Personally, I don't doubt that he wants to be married, but it's clear his expectations have to do with the fairy tale version of what people think marriage looks like. Think back, you don't have to think that far because the season just ended like 3 seconds ago, to Zach. Zach had these expectations of what marriage looks like. And I want my 2.5 kids and a picket fence and a wife who's going to be home and cook for me and la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Life does not pan out that way. How do you know? Look at your own parents. Is that how their marriage panned out? Is that how your friends' marriages panned out? Like, sometimes when people have this ideology of what marriage looks like, look at the marriages around you. Is that what marriage looks like? Oftentimes the answer will be no. So where did you get this image from? You can only let media influence you so much. Oh, don't let me get heated. But he is showing the same kind of characteristics that Zach was showing. I mean, the over-expressiveness at the wedding when it comes to his emotions. Not demonizing an emotional man, not demonizing him at all. But it really kind of hit him on the wedding day that like, yo, should we be doing this?
Yeah, come over here. Yeah, we good. We good.
It's called Just Hit 'Em.
That might have been.
Oh my goodness!
On the wedding day, the theme that I was picking up on was that Katina is a critical thinker while Ola is more impulsive. And when I think of the two of them, y'all let me know if you agree or not. I think Katina is ready to be a wife, has the characteristics of a wife, and is prepared to find a husband. When I think of Ola, I think he's ready to find a wife, but isn't necessarily prepared to be a husband. You know what I mean? When he explains the characteristics that he wants in a wife, it's giving very much 1950s. And even then, there was some contention between, you know, what a wife should look like, you know? So why he's expecting that in today's age, I don't know. Is he even capable of being the husband that can have that kind of wife? Because listen, this is a little side note, it has to do with me. I have no problem being a housewife. I have no problem being a homemaker. I have none of that. No problem. But you have to afford me that kind of lifestyle if you want that kind of wife. Because you can't be asking me to do all of that and then also say, oh, but we're going half on the baby. Now, if we're going half on the baby, I ain't staying home with the baby all the time. You got to be half at home with the baby too. You know what I mean? So I think he really wants that cookie cutter, you know, back in the day kind of wife. But is he able to provide that kind of life for her? Number one. Number two, is she the kind of wife who wants that? You don't even know her yet, and you're already depicting the type of wife she should be. Take time to get to know her. Build the standard of what your marriage looks like to Katina, not the marriage you want, and then just plug Katina into it. That's not how it works. So the entire morning, Ola's biggest concern was whether or not attraction was going to be there between them. As soon as he sees her, you can obviously tell that it's no problem on his end. But this man is so concerned that he had to fish for a compliment.
I hope you like what you see.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
You're
there you go.
handsome.
You didn't say nothing.
Oh, sorry. I'm just, I'm
no,
nervous.
it's okay. Hey. It's all right.
You're handsome, and I like your suit.
There are many reasons why I feel like this marriage is not going to work, but they heavily lie on Ola. They do. There's just too many red flags. I feel like he's not completely out of the playboy status, you know? I was watching The Bald and Beautiful, and they were talking about episode 1 and how there was a difference in the way Woody talks about his playboy days and the way Ola talks about his playboy days. Because with Ola, it's more so nostalgic, while with Woody, it was like, I'm trying to distance myself from that. And so if he gets bored in the marriage, I'm talking about Ola, and it gets to a point where he's like, let me get a taste of Isaac one more time. I have the least hope in these two. I really do. Heavily again because of Ola. Even after the ceremony, they had time to speak to each other, and he doesn't ask her a question, isn't trying to get to know her. I mean, he talked way more about himself, and I'm like, you just met this woman, she's your wife. Where's the excitement in trying to know more about her? At this point, you should not be at a loss of questions. Yet the question he asked her was, can I have a kiss? They ain't gonna make it, y'all. Moving on to Noi and Steve. Noi's friends are still a little bit hesitant about the whole situation, but they are realizing that if somebody is crazy enough to commit to this, they might be a good match for her because she was crazy enough to do it too. Listen, once these people find out how crazy Steve really is, okay, this man, he ain't got no job. I also do want to say, with him not having a job though, being able to take time off to travel says to me he's not at a loss of funds. You know, he was what, in engineering sales or something like that. I would assume he has saved money in the field that he was in. It was also because of COVID, so it's not like he was laid off for another reason. There was a worldwide pandemic, you know? So I hope that they don't see that as a negative, but he is very free-spirited. He can come off as aloof, potentially, to Noi. So yeah, he a little bit crazy. He's just a little bit. Noi feels like she has taken a lot of risks when it comes to love, this obviously being one of the biggest ones. And she's just very concerned about stability. She's concerned about stability and just is hoping that the risk isn't greater than the reward. And in this case, honestly, when I look at Steve, he has a good family. He has a good career background. I'm assuming financial stability. He's attractive, which is never a bad thing. Oh, well, it could be a bad thing. But in this case, we're putting it on the positive side. I think it's going to work. I really think it's going to work. If this doesn't work, and if Michael and Jasmina don't work, I'll actually be disappointed. I really will. I really, really, really will. Last but not least, but not really quite going to touch on them, just a little preview, is Alyssa and Chris. At the dress shopping, Alyssa is saying she's really particular about what she wants, right? And she believes that if she puts that out into the English, child, English. If she puts it out into the universe, what she wants, she's gonna get it, right? Fast forward to the wedding. She ain't get it.
She's fantastic, and it doesn't hurt at all that she's beautiful.
He wouldn't normally be my type.
This could be an amazing love story.
Oh my God.
Do you think she likes me?
You were a little out of your comfort zone.
I think this could absolutely be the greatest first date ever.
Listen, baby girl, I don't know if the universe took a day off that day, but I'm excited to see her true reaction on how this union pans out. In my prediction, I thought they were going to work, and it's not starting off very well. We always use the Jamie Otis example, so there's always a potential, even though physicality isn't the strongest at the beginning. So we don't know. We don't know. We're going to wait until, actually, by the time I'm posting this, it'll be tomorrow. We're going to wait until tomorrow to see what happens with that marriage. Hopefully we'll get a glimpse of the honeymoons because I'm tired of the weddings. I'm over it. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.